Hey, welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Coming up on the 15th anniversary. So I've had some beers from this brewery before, from Flying Monkeys Craft Brewery. Theater of Madness, 6% ABV, 473 mil. That's 1 U.S. pint. Now playing a fresh pumpkin lager brewed featuring pureed pumpkin, co-starring cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg, and staged with a creamy dollop of lactose during depth to performance. All right, so get it into the Spiegel lager glass. This is a lager. And you can see that's like a deep copper, maybe chestnut or mahogany. It's dark, but it's very clear. Get a big off-white foam on there, and it is still sticking around. So I will say it does have like the aroma of a pretty standard pumpkin ale. So yeah, definitely cinnamon. Yeah, I get the allspice. What else was in here? Cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg. Yeah, I agree. No ginger in here. Doesn't have like that ginger ale kind of quality to it. And again, it is a lager, so I would assume no like fruity yeast esters on here. Trying to get like some kind of toasty malt, but like I said, it kind of looks like a Marzen. Or it could be like a Bach base brew because it's so dark. Usually pumpkin lagers are usually just any other lager but with the pumpkin spices added. But yeah, I will say because it is a lager, it's a nice kind of clean aroma, but at the same time the pumpkin character is a little lower than it would be like on an ale, especially on the paranormal ale that I had from this brewery a week or two ago. Well, hopefully this one's as good as that one. Let's try. Cheers. Yeah, I would say the allspice. The allspice really dominates on this one. Usually, most pumpkin beers, it's the cinnamon is the star of the show. But this one, I would say, there's definitely quite a bit of cinnamon as well. So it's kind of like cinnamon at first, but then the allspice takes over. And allspice is very similar to cinnamon. It's like a little bit more like rustic kind of a flavor. I'm not sure whether kind of foods that it would be in, but a lot of pumpkin beers will use allspice instead of ginger or in addition to it. This one, to me, seems a little bit more like in the pumpkin potpourri style, because it is like it's more about spiciness than sweet, liquid pumpkin pie flavor. If your frame of reference for pumpkin beers, it's like pumpkin, good gourd, or even the paranormal that these guys did, just like not to that intensity. I'm trying to like concentrate on the base lager brew here. It doesn't strike me as like a Marzen or Oktoberfest, something like that. And it doesn't strike me as a Bach either. I would not call it like bready. It is slightly toasty. I guess that's about it. It's just not. I think maybe just because the spices are so prominent that that they're obscuring that base lager. I will say like a color like this on a lager is, it's very rare, especially the clarity on it as well. It's like I'm really trying to appreciate the base brew there as well as the upper level brew, the pumpkin flavor. Yeah, I would say it's pretty tasty. I like it. Not as good as the paranormal, but I will say this. This is probably the best pumpkin lager I've had, for what that's worth. And this is another solid offering. I'm glad because the other beers that I had from this brewery I thought were kind of lame, but I think mostly because they're old. But this one is actually in season. It looks like this was canned on. Sorry, you guys can't see it. Oh, there you go. So it's best before 09/08/25, and I would assume because it's Canada, it's backwards. That's probably the 9th day of August and not September 8th. Because actually, I think I bought this before September 8th. By the way, mouthfeel in here. It's interesting because it's kind of like walking a line between ale and lager. I would just call it like a medium body and probably about moderate carbonation. It's pretty smooth. It's kind of lacking the crispness of a lager. So I mean, if somebody handed this to me blind, I might like assume it was an ale just based on the mouthfeel. But like the less intensity of the body, the lacking of like real malty richness and sweetness and all that, that would probably, and like no like yeast character at all. Yeah, I like it. I would say like as it's warming up now, I'm starting to get like kind of like I think the nutmeg's starting to come out. I'm starting to get like kind of like a cough medicine kind of taste. But that being said, I still like this beer. I think I'm gonna go solid 4 out of 5 for this one, maybe 3.75. We'll see, but I mean, yeah, it is pretty good. I will say I like the other one better. By the way, follow me on Untapped and Instagram because I do tweak the review by a quarter or even a half star between now and then. So if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys for Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's beer review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.